Welcome to Comic Shop News, and today we're reviewing the Monster Squad. Monster Squad is one of those great intros for people who aren't really into horror or younger kids. It's a little bit Goonies and a love letter to Universal monsters. So, let it begin. Right away we meet Sean, Patrick, Eugene, Horace, Rudy, and Phoebe. Sean and Phoebe are brother and sister. Their family is kind of in the middle of breaking apart. The dad is a cop. He works too much. Sean and his friends are all horror obsessed. We also, at the very beginning of the movie, get a flashback of Van Helsing breaking into Dracula's castle and chanting and a vortex, almost like what you would have seen in Army of Darkness, or not Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, where I guess it's limbo and everybody's getting sucked into it, and then it goes to present world. Sean's in trouble at school. He's drawing stuff for their club. We meet Horace, who is harassed by bullies. One of them is Wayne from the Wonder Years, Kevin's older brother. We also meet the girl in town who everybody's kind of in love with, especially Rudy. Rudy is kind of the cool kid who is into monsters, but he won't really show it. We then move on to the uniting of the monsters, which again, they're all Universal monsters, so it's kind of great. It very much is a love letter, and weird to see that Shane Black was one of the writers on this. It has some heartfelt moments. It is a little cheesy. I kind of feel like, I'm not sure of the dates, but this feels like it was after Goonies, so they might have been trying to cash in on that. But I saw this as a kid, and I've loved it ever since. Dracula is a bit of a dick in this. We meet the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the mummy. Frankenstein is brought back to life, and Dracula sends him to kill the children and get Van Helsing's diary, which Sean came into owning. And the boys have to go get some of it translated. So there's a guy in town they call the Scary German Guy. Scary German Guy isn't scary at all. Very kind to the children. And there's a moment where they're like, you know a lot about monsters, and he turns and he's closing the door. He goes, yes, I do believe I did. And as he's closing it, you see on his hand numbers, and you find out that he was in a concentration camp. So suddenly brings it back into reality. Phoebe ends up befriending Frankenstein, and it's very reminiscent of I forget which Frankenstein was, where he befriends the little girl and accidentally kills her. He doesn't accidentally kill Phoebe in this. Does get the ire of Dracula. Sean's father doesn't believe them what's going on. He later does, after the Wolfman, as he's changing, says that they're going to kill his kid. They end up getting the gem that is used to summon the portal to limbo and swing the balance of good and evil back to good for another 100 years. Dracula is a bit of a petty dick, and I kind of dig it with this Dracula. He comes around and he throws dynamite into the treehouse that the kids meet up in. And then he's getting ready to throw dynamite into their house where Sean's dad and his partner roll up. Sean's dad starts shooting him, and he throws the stick of dynamite where the partner is still in the car and blows it up and tells him he's going to kill his children. We get a little bit of everything now, where Rudy is killing the I forget what they're called. They're basically Dracula's concubines. Horace ends up blowing away the creature from the Black Lagoon, and the bully goes, "Good shot, fat kid." and he cocks the shotgun and says, "My name is Horace." Horace is also involved in one of the most memorable scenes out of this movie, which was him kicking the Wolfman in the balls and yelling, "Wolfman's got nards!"
Kick him in the nards! Kick him in the nards! He doesn't have nards! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got nards! Come on! Come on!
It's one of those memorable lines from this, and there is a YouTube channel called that, who is also the gentleman who runs it, is a part of Killer Flicks as well as myself. So, kind of dumb little factoids there. They get Patrick's sister to help them read the words because she kind of takes German class, and she's bad at it. It turns out, though, she lied about being a virgin. So they went through all this, the portal doesn't open. Dracula has now come, and he goes on this torrent of just beating the crap out of everybody. And as this is going on, they end up using Phoebe, because she's 5 years old. She's definitely a virgin, to start reading the words. And Dracula has no problem messing with kids in this. He grabs Phoebe by the neck, and he's starting to crack her neck, and Frankenstein manages to come back and throws him on an iron spike, and they finish the words. Again, total love letter to Universal, and I imagine the writer and the director were fans of those movies growing up, as was I. I'm going to give this movie about a 7.5. Again, I might, because of the nostalgia factor, love it more than I should. But it's very charming and endearing, and I guess with this whole 80s nostalgia kick going on, it was nice going back to this and kind of revisiting the movie and everything about it. Again, there are cheesy things that go on in this. There are some lines in there that are just horrendous. But I just really dug the movie. It is on Amazon Prime Instant right now, streaming for free. I believe it was also on Tubi and Popcorn Flicks. So if you don't have a subscription, those other services are free. I recommend going and watching it. I don't know if it's something you have to own, but definitely it's one of those, if it's on TV or streaming, just give it a watch. It's totally worth it. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think of it. I dug it, but I can imagine there's some people who don't. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.